right, tryna do right, tryna live right, right in my life, just tryna do right. Ooh, I am just tryna do right, I'm tryna do right, tryna live life in my life, I'm tryna do right, I'm tryna do right, do right. Ladies in metal. We shall begin as the sound of the music arises. Tutukunya, kung. Why is it so low? I don't like that. Quick tutorial piece. You want to check out some of my past songs and music and stuff I've worked on, you can check it out here. This is one of the spots. Alright, that's one space you can find some of my music. If you want to check out the Hybrid album, you can go here. This is on SoundCloud. You want to find out some more music, you can go here. Okay. Definitely have speakers that you can plug into and stuff like that, so you can hear all the sounds and the music, because there's layers to it. Some other music you want to find, you want to go to, check it out here. This is a small EP. I'm gonna play one of these real quick. I'm gonna play this one, Baruki Hood.
Tax Act understands
doing
you
that.
haven't memorized the tax code. That's why Tax Act has live experts to help. Tax Act can even do it for you if you prefer. It's the easiest way to know you're doing it right. Well, other than going back to college and obtaining a bachelor's degree in accounting with a minor in finance, then interning somewhere and becoming fluent in all tax forms. But that might be hard to accomplish before tax day. So maybe just stick with Tax Act. Tax Act. Let's get them over with.
These are some old songs.
Know your worth and know what you speak. Know that you know that you know. Because sometimes we don't even know that we don't know.
If you want to go.
But make no mistake and let no man deceive you. He who practices right doing is in right doing. Stand up for justice or fall for destruction. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. This is my libation technique. For what is good.
Check us out on.
I speak out in the praises of Yahuwah Yahushua. Hamashi Nasman. It is what it is. What if? What if I was the only one to help my family stay alive? And all I had to do was be the difference. Education. Period. They need that menstruation. Instrumentally spoken, they call continuation.
You want to learn about
my obligation for oblation, you say it's a situation. I get it, organizations. Youth of the nation is poison in his veins. I'm just saying the ghosts moving these through the rings. Black ops, they shooting at them, they got their beams. How are we coming together, making teams? Football. We all athletes in our own right. But you ain't gotta be Scottish to be right. Rothschild and Bilderberg. It's a shame that you can be builders, but you choose to destroy. Master building with his masterpiece. Walking this puzzle, I'm saying he's a masterpiece. Master speak, watch him bleed. This my blood speech, prophet speech. Prophets up in my pockets, but these prophets don't breathe. However, sweated to show you your enigma is you look into the mirror image and you can see the truth. I am God. I am God. I am God, the living image and likeness of living God. I know the good and evil. I know the tree. I know its fruit. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, the living God. The living God liveth. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, I live in God. The living God liveth. So I live in God. The living God. Imagination. We can see by what's created around us from the unseen. It is known. It is known. It is known. You say that all things are impossible, but I'm looking at the imaginations of the heart and manifest it in the form we call art. Though we snitch and we rat on each other for a color scheme, fuck the system. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, the living God. The living God liveth. Yes, I live in God. The living God. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, the living God. The living God liveth. Yes, I live in God. I live in God. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, I live in God. The living God liveth, so I live in God. I live in God. I am the temple of His Spirit. You need your churchianity, but remember the same people, the same Rosicrucians holding them crosses in the name of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan is the same people that's ruling the world for the destruction of you. Society of Jesus. Now don't get it twisted, it's through the name of Jesus that I learned His name is Yahuwah. So I'm gonna speak in my language. Nura Hotep, Yada Shalom Yahuwah Yahush, Emmanuel, Hotep, Isma Blazing Yada. Yeah. I am God. I am God. You are God. We are God. What if we are gods? I am God. I am God. I am God. You are God. What if we are gods? Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, the living God. The living God liveth, so I live in God. I live in God. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, the living God. The living God liveth. Yes, I live in God. The living God. Imagination. Imagine I am God. I am the image and likeness of the living God. Yes, I live in God. The living God. The living God liveth, so I live in God. Imagination. To have eternal life is to be in the same mind of Yahuwah. I think it not robbery to make myself one with my Father. I am the Father. I am a Son. And I have a Spirit. You don't see the unity of characteristics because you're not connected. He created all things. All things are created by Him for Him. So is His essence in you, or is it not? Maybe that's why we're most often dead in our thinking and dead while we live, because we think connected by design of what we're supposed to be.
I did that one in Detroit. I'm not gonna I am Baruch, but I'm not gonna play that one right now. That playlist, The Unholy Halloween, y'all can go see my documentary series on the YouTube channel. I didn't do every single video, but the majority of videos, The Unholy Halloween, The Jungle Book, Watch Zombies, Jungle Leaf. You'll know which ones were me because you're gonna hear me, see me playing my music or some shit on there, or my name on there somehow. So on and so forth. But you can also hear some of my other music that's not on SoundCloud. I'm gonna play something, a couple things. When these streets show me no peace, think it's he screams, we gon' kill all those beasts. Broken shackles off our people, recognizing these beats. Legendary one slicing the baobab tree, suffocating all the covenants of death. Now we breathe. Look what we teach, we're string a fig tree. So let me reach deep, overflow as I drink. Pull the trigger, hit the hammer, hold still, don't blink. Give a mortal head wound, that's your COVID ID. And I wonder if my people can identify me. I wonder if my teachers can identify me. I'm gonna find that song for real cool. Appreciate that reaction, yo. I wish I could see. I seen them hearts flatten out the side of my eyeball. Appreciate you. So, just so people know, I do stuff for people regardless. I mean, with regard to the right respects, but definitely everything in original, indigenous, and natives to the Americas. Hey, Roberts. The fucking emoji's awesome. So I am about to do some freestyling tonight. I'm gonna play some quotes. I gave out some of my other platforms. This is just only a few that people can kind of go, research a little bit about some of the stuff that I do. My documentary series, like I said, it's you can see going into the studies of the indigenous natives to the Americas, North, Central, and South America, including Europe and Canada. And my new series, Tartaria, is going more pre-Pangea and going over. I'll be going over some of the Tignon laws and stuff like that, and showing y'all how this stuff, how the Bible is a plagiarized book from our original records, receipts, and tablets, and how what we have is versions of the Quran today has been really corrupted. So it's showing the different sides to the reality of Moors, because there's two reflections. There's the right reflection, and there's one that's normalized mainstream today that has been really corrupted and infiltrated and perverted, from bloodlines to all kind of stuff. So Tartaria, Hyperborean, Atlantis, Sumeria, Lemuria, which are all, according to the 13 tribes of Israel, all the same, connected to the same tribes. In modern day Native Americanism, if you will, pre-Dawes Rolls, or Dawes Rolls Commission, where they get the term of the $5 Indian from, where we do a lot of the Ebonics, which is the esoterics, etymology, phonetics, connections and stuff to the names. Ebonics deals with languages and stuff like that, speaking, speech and stuff like that. Phonetics, phonesis and phronesis, like the essence behind how the speech has been conducted and or arranged in certain ways, and also how it's connected. The esoterics goes into the symbology and the heritage, which gives a greater reality and a clarity to the connections to the land, the heritages, the birthrights, and so on and so forth. Appreciate that. So this is what I do, and I've been working on this since 2016. We also going into showing what tribal law is versus maritime admiralty jurisdiction, which is the law of the water, and how they twisted what they call the laws of Ma'at, and how the laws of Ma'at is directly connected to our Taseti pyramid priesthood, as well as the nation of people that came out, like what they say in the Bible, they came out from us, but they're not of us. Well, people have to realize this system as we know it came from a reflection as a mirror, but as a perverted way of our original government that still exists in the earth in this day. That's where we get common law, tribal law, sovereignty, so on and so forth. Chattel slavery, which is what Marine and Maritime Admiralty jurisdiction is dealing with, and why they got the birth certificates, social security cards, and all that type of stuff, because those are banking receipts. All right, U.S. Inc. is a fabricated illusion. So if you look at the word Maya, part of the definition of Maya represents illusion, right? So the illusion of a government, right? A government of the mind, which is where you get like MK Ultra programming, propaganda, mock media, so on and so forth. And this is, if you ever watched Hunger Games, how to kill a Mockingjay and stuff like that, they're talking about that in its essence. Yep. And in 1776, before Adam Weishaupt came out with his version of the so-called illuminated ones, we already had that. And in a chart that I had going over how you say it? Code video, if you will, just because I don't want my shit being shut down and shadow ban purposes again. Okay, I don't know if you heard that in the background. When he said when they put that Cherokee in, they basically exposed themselves. The Cherokee Nation, which is Moors, this is Tuareg, this is Kituwa, this is Anigi-Dawagi. Okay, some of our ancient names that the people don't speak about anymore. Before the Dawes-Rose Commission, before they gave away our identities and our lands to the Land Allotment Acts, Dan Calloway goes over a lot of this stuff. I just went a little bit deeper to connect pieces that I haven't really heard him speak about in my researches. But the Anigi-Dawagi Kituwa people, which are also what they call the Cherokee Giants, that is the melanated and red-skinned copper people of Americopana and or Tamariland, hence Tamar in the Bible, and part of Hindustan, which is where we get Abraham, rearranged letters, Brahma, so Baal Brahma, Lord Abraham, Ajah Brahma, so Lord Abraham. Okay, so as Asia Major, Asia Superior in the Americas, we also call it Amexim, which where you get the what they call Afri or Amari, and then Ka. Afri are dealing with Freya, going a little bit deeper. In its essence, going back to or connecting to 1776. Check out all the wars that were going on in 1776. Okay, there was a lot of Holocaust and shit going on at that time. But the Treaty of Morocco and U.S. relations, right? Morocco, Morocco, okay, Morocco, okay. This was a treaty in the land of Lemuria. Okay, this is also Sumeria, the same thing. Mary, the land of Mary, the people of Mary. Okay, which also connects back to the Mount Meru, and celestial-wise, the connections of signs and astrology. The pole star. When you check out the pole star, okay, celestial sign. This is a celestial insignia. This is a celestial marking. Okay, this is a sealing of the Most High Yahuwah. That's why I say Halahuna Ku Yahuwah, Kukum Kukan Yahuwah. His name has been written in every single one of our pyramids. There's over 2,000 pyramids in the Americas alone. Arawa, a land of the Empire of the Sun, is where they get the terminology of illuminated ones. Okay, the Isuit society, or the society of Isu, the trickster Esau. Okay, this is where you get the origins of the Jesuit order. Okay, and this also goes into the Persian Empire, which again are one and the same people, just like the Lakota people. And one of the words in Lakota is Wakanda, meaning the great Ruach. So when Deho Wakanda Hunab Ku Kukum Kukan Yahuwah. Okay, so Ani Ben Arawa. So I am a son of the land of the empire of the sun. I am of the great spirit Yahuwah, the feathered covered king. Under the feathers of, under the cover of his wings, like it talks about in the book of Isaiah, under the shadow of the wings of the Almighty. You see what I'm saying? Follow the feathers, you learn the people. When you look at the Karabians, Karab, Arab, Karab, Arabi, Arabian, Arabians, the true Arabians are the melanated, red bone, and deeper melanated peoples. Caribbeans, okay? Children of Keturah, Keturah. You hear the word Atur, adder, like serpent, right? So when they're talking about in the Bible, they're talking about the serpent. They're speaking of Maya. There's a right way of right knowledge when it comes to a sacred serpent knowledge, and then there's a perverted version. The perverted version. That's why when people talk about black on black crime, or brown on brown crime, this and the third, because when people realize brown people still rule the entire earth, there's just some who are not in the order of the Most High Yahuwah, and they are perverted, they are corrupted. We were created to hold them accountable. So when people speak about tribe up, this is a covenant. You see what I'm saying? The book of Leviticus, Levi, right? The book of Leviticus 13 through 16 talks about how they made a covenant with death. That's Psalm 83's connection right there, where Israel or Yasharal wouldn't be in remembrance of their own Ku, which is Yahuwah, and they wouldn't know their heritage. You see what I'm saying? UBTV, UB, just like that, space and TV. Go watch some of his videos. 432 The Drop. Go watch some of his videos. There's a man called Talatwani. America is the true old world. We're in Misraim. When it tells you Israel is my firstborn son, what are the three words that are in there? No witchcraft. Israel. Isisraeliyu. Okay? Isisraeliyu. One of my names has L in it, which belongs to Kituwa more, and that represents as a ruler. Talatawani, ruler. Okay? Judah or Yahuta, Yahudim. Yuta is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Mur is Moab, also Judah. Okay, also Issachar. Issachar, Lord, goes into dealing with Isaac and Lord Vishnu, Vishnu, Brahma. So Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Vishnu, Brahma, and the other ones. Sorry, it's not coming to my mind right now, but feel free to add into it. But basically, in the Tartarian series, we're going over that because the seeking to erase history. When you look at the hieroglyphs and the writings, they were speaking to each other, right? They were speaking like, okay, this is how we rebuild this stuff again. In the book of Genesis, the book of knowledge, genes, knowledge of the genes. Gen is. Think about that. Gen is. This is phonetics and phonesis. Phronesis. The wisdom of the phonetics, the wisdoms of the tongue, the sounds, the frequencies of the tongue, right? The construction of the tongue, how to word things. We created the English language. Anglo, Anglo-Saxon. You see what I'm saying? But dealing with Rus, Roth, the original Rothschild. You see what I'm saying? The ones that's projected nowadays is the Jacobite clone race, the Cabbage Patch Kids, okay, the World Fairs, the clone race, the incubator babies, right, for the purposes of incarnation, which is one reason why Covidio exists with the towers and stuff like that. This is ancient tech that was done before, which is why parts of Lemuria and Atlantis was sunk underwater. If you study cartography and you look at the parts where it's water, but it's brown shading under it, that's because that landmass is still there. It's just underwater. This is the flood of the Bible. This is the flood of Noah. This was a war going on, but this is also why they call 3i Atlas, which is Atzla. The words Atlas, Atzla, Atzla. What was called Atlantis? Atzlan, Atzla. You know what I'm saying? Which also deals with Leviathan. But anyway, as original Mizraim, where it talks about Egypt will soon reach out her hands to me, and Cush or Ethiopia, Cush, will come to me in droves. Don't be confused, because Mizraim, what they call Egypt, and Ivri, what they call the original Hebrews, are the same people. All right, Cush is Nubia. Okay, Cush is Mizraim. Cush is also Turag. Cush is also Kunkumutu. Sudanese, both south and north and south, all the direction of the Sudanese. This is also Somalia. This is also the Caribbeans. This is also Barbados. This is also going into Belize. This is also going to Peru. Peru. Super Haru. So to speak true chemistry, to be a portion of true chemistry, which is America. You ever wondered why you have these pyramids at a so-called 90-degree angle? Well, how can they be the first of everything, as they say, Africa, dealing with Pan-Africanism, which is a fabrication that Marcus Garvey was a portion of. Mind you, Marcus Garvey was part of the CIA and certain things. But I'm not here to argue on dumb shit. I'm trying to bring what I have learned along the way to help add to the missing pieces, so people have a clear picture of what's going on in certain things. So the Pan-African movement, which connected to the Black Boule and all that stuff, which is an infiltrated system of people who are supposed to be leaders and help governing in the royal priesthood. Now, about our royal priesthood, we have an actual system. This is why they get the 10 principles of what they call the 10 commandments from there, because if certain acts were done, there was a certain consequence for those certain acts. You see what I'm saying? So when people were programmed through propaganda and trying to wipe away their heritage and their history, and it became sexualized, over-sexualized, and perverted through I just had it right there. When they talk about multiple wives and multiple husbands, technically in the eyes of the Most High, that's adultery. And it's an over unchecked way of pleasure. And you can kind of see this in the way of like people having multiple baby mamas and multiple baby daddies. When does it ever work for anybody? Right. But what do I know? Anyway, hala yahoo. Now there are ways to make that work, but being part of what they call American culture nowadays, it's not American culture. USA Inc. or US Inc. is a fabrication. It is a false government. It's a quasi-incorporation. It is a cartel system, full of human trafficking. This is why you got foster care, CPS, stuff like that. Now, when you go back into, was it 19? What is it? 19? I think it was 1947 or 1949 during the Adoption, Care, and Expansion Act or some shit like that. I'm trying to look it up. Which was trying to sell, it's slavery, selling the children into adoption through the human trafficking, which is CPS, where they use it as a form of psychological warfare opposed to the parents. This is also where they also got in there the Child Welfare Labor Act, the Child Labor Act, putting them to work so that they can earn their own keep. So when they say that you're dead at sea or this, that, and the third when you go to the hospitals and give birth to a child, is because they consider you abandoned your child. There are some PDFs. One is called Codex Magica. You can check out how many times they change these Bibles, which is Bibles, 2 bulls, papal bulls. Okay? When Christianity came and forced converted, just like a lot of Islam done the same thing. People don't like to talk about the Arab slave trade, the Arabian slave trade, which had to do with our people. The modern day Arabs that call themselves Arabs are not the original indigenous native Arabs. Period. Never were. That is a reclassification, and the bywords, all these different things that we be named by, except for who the fuck we actually are. That is why knowing your tribe, knowing about your tribe is really crucial. You know what I'm saying? Because you can learn it through your dancing. You can learn it through your singing, the type of music that you like, the type of food that you eat. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned. You know what I'm saying? Other than how the Most High led me the entire way. You know what I'm saying? Then they like the Mayans are bloodthirsty people. No, we're not. At least not all of us. You know what I'm saying? Human sacrificing was an abomination. Example. Most High says, Abraham, go tie up your son, bind him up. This, that. You think the Most High gonna tell you don't murder and then tell him to kill his son? But where your Jeebus at? Where your Jeebus at? You know why he can't save himself? Because the fictitious reality of who Isu, the trickster, is. Look up African mythology, look up Isu. ISU, the trickster. ESU, the trickster. Who was the brother of who? Ya'aqubah. Right? Jacob. Alright? Now, people be like banging on Esau, the Edomites are all white. They know, the Edomites are still brown skinned, bro. They been brown skinned. You just ignorant. This is why I love my Hebrew Israelite brothers. I adore them. However, the certain things they do right, but there's certain tactics that you don't use to bring your own brethren back into the council and the priest of the Most High. If you want to help save a soul, right, don't compromise the truth, but realize they may not know certain things, and in order to help them learn that, you can't be sitting there, oh, you a whore, blah, 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 blah. When does that ever help somebody want to follow something that they don't know? Make that shit make sense when that shit don't make sense. Make sense? Baruch Yehuda. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is, I've had Hebrew Israelite brothers, like, they look at my uncle, you wearing that Kemet thing. Nigga, America is the original Kemet. Are you stupid? This is our heritage, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go to hell. How you gonna send me to hell when I'm already here? Don't you know what Zebola is? Zebola is one of the names for America that was named the underworld. The land of the West was considered the underworld, motherfucker. Come on, man. Baruch Yehuda. What is it? The Lost Continent of Mu book. Go look that up, right? The Lost Continent of Mu. And then the book of Oriental Mystic Oriental Freemasonry. These are PDFs you can download, and you can look at that, and it tells you about this is the first and the most ancient land, the oldest land. So when you get Amexem or Africa Ika, okay, this is also the land of Jericho. When you deal with Yahusha, that's Joshua. You can't send somebody to sacrifice himself for everyone, and nobody's, like, people are still fucking sinning with this excuse, well, no, it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the atonement for our error, or our ancestors who were wicked, their errors, and those who followed after them, whatever, the atonement for the sin was a banishment or exile from the land for a time, and the wars and the pillaging that went on. Now, over time, I started to be like, okay, well, what if this was just an excuse to say that that happened from the Most High and it was an order from Him? Because it also talks about the Most High says this, and and he's like, I've not told them to say that. They said the Most High said to do this, and he's like, I ain't said none of that. You know what I'm saying? So where do you draw the line and make that argument or that statement of clarity, right? So I can see where if people knew what to do and they chose not to do it, I can see that from that point of view. You know what I'm saying? But when you have people coming in trying to force stuff on you and be like, oh, that's heathenistic. If it's not, check out the Jesuit Extreme Oath of Induction. You're going to have to dig for that because there's a couple pieces out there, but the whole version of there where it talks about flaying and burning and chopping up our skin, so on and so forth. And you can find a lot of this other information connected to that in the book of The Delectable Negro. Okay? Codex Magica, check that out. And then it's another book. It's called How to Create a Undetectable Total Mind Control Illuminati Slave. That's about the whole book PDF. I have it, so I know what I'm talking about. It's about 700 pages. Most pieces out there, they have 500 pages. So people are getting shorted about 200 pages, and it tells you, the reality of the medical system, so on and so forth. I would suggest anybody that hears these videos, record this shit and save it so you have it, just in case these motherfuckers be like, nope, that nigga gotta go. Click, because freedom of speech is a crime nowadays. They have literally made it a crime, and I know that certain weirdos watch motherfuckers on these motherfucking platforms because that's what the fuck they were created for. I don't give a fuck. Halal, this is what it is. And I ain't never stopped it. They already know how I feel about them. They've been watching me for years. And like I always say, I'm watching you watch me too, motherfucker. Get some popcorn. But anyway, plus having encounters from these motherfuckers. And I'll be sharing my testimony of our last, not that is canceled. Our last little shit that we've been going through for about 8 months. Dealing with some creatures, because in my eyes, I don't view them as people. You don't sympathize with those monsters. They don't look at you as people. They look at you as an object in chattel slavery. Like, I'm not the fuck I look like listening to what the fuck they telling me to do. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Y'all don't even follow your own rules. What the fuck kind of shit is that? And I'm supposed to teach my children, do this, do that. Nigga, is you crazy? I don't know if y'all ever seen that meme where he's like, what's in the fucking box? And dude sounding like Obama's like, crunch berries, nigga, damn. Yeah, crunch on your munch, motherfucker. Okay, so 1853 Children's Aid Society founded NYC, right? 1854 to 1929 Orphan Train Movement relocates large numbers of poor children for placements, often framed as rescue. It's in the best interest of the child. Thou shalt not kidnap, motherfuckers. Didn't it say thou shalt not steal? So who's gonna be y'all? Like I told you, y'all gonna catch the wrath of the Most High today. Y'all gonna experience it. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't get that shit. Like, you're gonna encounter the wrath of the Most High. Yeah, Judah is my lawgiver. You know what I'm saying? Moab is my watchpot. And if you don't think it's real, check out your experiences in life. The Most High not playing about His people. Neither is the righteous ancestors that they call the angels, the messengers. Like, why is it they put all these feathers on these creatures? And then you start looking at our tribes. Why is it all our tribes got all these feathers? So who are they really talking about? Right. And there's that. Put your crowns on. Your turbans. You know what I'm saying? Your fezzes. Put on your tinkling ornaments. Because I don't think it was the Most High Yah who took that away from us. I think it was during the Dumb Diverses, Doctrine of Discovery, the Papal Bulls, the Tignon Laws. Tignon, the Tignon Laws. That's exactly what that was. So that's how you locate that and identify that in the Bible, past and for the present future. Book of Revelation literally tells you the whole marine or maritime admiralty jurisdiction from what chapters fucking 10 all the way through. You know what I'm saying? How can this one man be the Alpha and Omega and that nigga couldn't save himself? Tells you himself he ain't the Most High. You know what I'm saying? These are creatures who are desperately wicked, always imagining vain things, right? Learn not the way of the heathen, for the customs of the people are vanity. So when you read these books, you have to see it from a duality, right? The illusion is this system. It's a facade. It's not real. It's operating under the guise, the disguise, the cloak of a government. We are the government. Okay? Our system, Hinupe, which is the system of the Most High Yahuwah, is the only government that has ever and will ever exist. We're the only royals in the face of this earth. Period. Shem, let's Shema. Semi, you know what I'm saying? Semi, let's Shema. Kum means to rise, to stand. Tutukun, ya. You know what I'm saying? Teach your children their heritage. The Akashic Records is your DNA. When you lay down with somebody, know who you lay down with. Wait for the Most High to give you who is yours. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna be on the same, y'all gonna be on one accord in sync. Like, me and mine have been going through attacks like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, but we already know what's up, and that agreement was already established with the Most High. Like, yeah, we have to be the change. Baruch Yehovah. We have no choice. I'm sick of people talking about let's tribe up, and it becomes like a trend. You know what I'm saying? Just like most people's idea of families, it's a fucking trend. Like, no, nigga, you don't realize these niggas is trying to exterminate us completely. It tells you in the Book of Revelation, going back, where it talks about eradicating the rest of her seed, the residue of her. We are the residue. We are that's why they call it reptilian. We are the original people, the original Maya. That S in Maya represents the serpent, bro, in the garden. You know what I'm saying? Adama and Hua. Adama Hua. Who do you think is talking to us? You know what I'm saying? Myself, I don't like serpents. You know what I'm saying? But I do realize the Most High created creation. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Most High can animate anybody. But I realize ultimate intelligence, or artificial intelligence, and or Atlantean intelligence, and or whatever other acronyms is for that shit, the Most High did not command them to do those things. When you look at Avatar, the water tribe, like Avatar, Way of the Water, and then you got the fire tribe. That's talking about, look at their fucking hair. that's literally Dinka people. Look how tall they are. That goes into Sudanese. That goes into Mali. That goes into Somalia. That like come on, bro. That goes into Yoruba. That goes to Niger. Where do you think they get the word nigga from? Nigeria? Y'all so mad. Y'all so hateful. You can't even say nigga right. The niggas ain't right. Hello, Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? Nigeria. They also used to have another term called red nigger, or rojo nigera. January 31st, 1974, CAPTA, C-A-P-T-A, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, Public Law 93-247, created federal definitions, funding, infrastructure, and pushed states to formalize investigation procedures, what most people know or now recognize as CPS. That was an investigation. That's called infiltration. 1974, CAPTA also established the National Center on Child Abuse and Neglect, NCCAN, inside the Federal Children's Bureau. Now, many of these things, when they say John Doe or Dead at Sea, the banking receipts of the birth certificate and the Social Security card that represents a patent number. Okay, that's a banking receipt. That's not for us. That's for the clone race. Okay, they're a race that in the eyes of the Most High Yah was considered abominable. Okay, the gatekeepers of our own people who broke their oath with the Most High Yah and creation. We were created to protect this realm, the earth realm, above it, in it, so on and so forth. Our Father who is in Hashemayim, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come forth. Kum kum. Thy will be done. What you want us to do, Yah? Do justice and do judgment. Yahuwah loves justice and judgment when it's right, not according to our own opinions and our own sabotaging, ideals and stuff through trauma and stuff like this. That's why they have inner trauma healing, because tapping into the inner child brings us back to our seed, you know what I'm saying, and the roots that stem from the seed that grows the tree, the stock, right, and blossoms, the branches out, and the fruit. Okay, the Deforestation Act, an example, when they sit there and try to target the female trees, how can there be more fruit if you don't have the male and the female? You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have the male and the female, you got a bunch of studs. Overly effeminate men and overly masculine women. How do you know the truth of androgyny in this? And an equilibrium in that, or the inuk in that, is when you look at people who have been single parents. A woman is learning to be have equilibrium in feminine and masculine energy, just like the man. You see what I'm saying? Because when they come together with the one who's supposed to be with them, there's going to be an equilibrium. They rule as one. Okay. So when I speak to the Sihuatetio, the women warriors, you know what I'm saying, my Sihuat and my who is in my also my Sihuatetio as one though, just one. You know what I'm saying? We have an equilibrium in this. We rule as one. So that's why we are Talatawani, Ajah Talatawani Barar. We are lords and we are rulers and we are chosen by Hunab Kuyahu. You see what I'm saying? For him to flow through us, while governing us as we self-govern ourselves through his instruction and law and order that was given. You see what I'm saying? And this is kind of like their revelation of the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Apocalypse. The first, as they say, the first mutant, the most ancient mutant, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? X-Men following that X. And you look at the Confederate flag and stuff like that. Well, where do you think that come from, bro? Look at all the esoterics and symbologies of the X. You know what I'm saying? The cross, so on and so forth. The cruz ansata. You know what I'm saying? The Ankh, the Ankara. You know what I'm saying? Funny how we be like, "What's up, Unc? What's up, Uncle? What's up, Ma? Don't even know what you're saying, Ma. Mama, water, ami wata. You know what I'm saying? Amakai, Akikin, brother, energy, ki, chi, galaki, chi, gulagi, chi, kweole. That's Haiti. That's the Haitian Empire. Okay. Jean Jacques, which the conquistadors was like murking our people for even like speaking that man's name because they feared him so much. So keep in mind, if they threatening you, they're watching y'all and gang stalking and targeting y'all, it's because they fear you. Because this was the secret. If you knew your royal heritage, if you in that heritage, there's a lot of hijackers out there to be like, oh, no, I want to be that because I want. No, we are that just because who we are. We don't need to brag about it. We don't need to be dickheads. We don't need to be rude and disrespectful and all proud. We don't need that shit. What has that done for anybody? You know what I'm saying? We just be ourselves because that's what you're supposed to do. You got people trying to hijack other people's energy and shit like that. Like, don't do that shit. You're going to get yourself fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not hard to do the work. It's not hard to get around people who are like, okay, so how do I go about finding this if we can find it? You know what I'm saying? It takes a team effort. And what a lot of our people have to do is get past themselves, and where it's like we had become so fearful at times, or traumatized, or so used to being hurt that we didn't trust people so much. So much trust issues where it's like, trying to figure out like, dang, should I be able to work with these people? Can I do this? Can I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this feeling of always out to get somebody. You know what I'm saying? And we can't operate in that mindset when it comes to fulfilling the desires of the Most High Yah people, because we are the Messiah as a people, the anointed ones. You know what I'm saying? We are the Messiah that they fear. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people that they killed of our elders and the tribe, you know what I'm saying, the tribal leaders and stuff like that, is because we are the messengers. We are the ones who carry the responsibility to help direct creation, co-rulers, you know what I'm saying, obviously under and way less than the Most High Yah. Like, he's beyond our existence. Like, it's just reality. You know what I'm saying? And I was told by pastors in the past, like, you know what I'm saying, when people say certain stuff, challenge it. You know what I'm saying? Not to be disrespectful, whatever. It's like, but, it's like, why am I going drinking this symbology of drinking blood? Like, nigga, we ain't supposed to drink no goddamn blood. What the fuck? For what? When did you just pop out your mom's womb and be like, yeah, it's time to drink some blood? Your mama teach you to drink blood? You know what I'm saying? Eat my flesh. That's human sacrificing, bro. That's cannibalism. Don't give a fuck what name you try to put it under. Study what the Eucharist is really about. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual contract, a spiritual binding to demonic principalities, to wicked principalities. You know what I'm saying? To be ruled by wickedness, to try to strip you of your heritage. It's none of what and canceled. It's rebuked, dissolved, and eviscerated in ruach and in flesh across all timelines, dimensions. You know what I'm saying? Past, present, and future. That shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why everybody's leaving these religions. Well, if they were leaving the religions, if they were so correct, they were so right, then why are people leaving them? Right. And you, just because, go. It tells you, even with tithing. Tithing is the fruit of your ground. The fruit of your ground. You know what I'm saying? To transmute. How can you give me a bunch of pieces of my brothers and sisters that you have burnt up, Baruch Yahuwah, and put a dead man's face on it, on now a dead piece of tree? The system is dead. That's what it's literally the identification of, like, a covenant of death. Think about it. Dead man face on a dead piece of tree. Dead man faces on coins. Think about it. Look at most of the food out there that has nothing but mostly poisons and shit that can kill you. Think about that shit. Healthcare industry that doesn't get paid off of healing you. It gets paid off of trying to kill you. Think about that shit. That's how you identify that. I do security. I've been doing security since 2000. I started 2013, 2014. Different levels, from the community to churches, community centers, actual security jobs, until I started my own through my experience. And I've studied criminal justice. I've studied I've studied some things, and I've practiced, you know what I'm saying, what I studied. So, including cyber forensic. So if I want to know something, sometimes it takes some time, but I'm gonna get there, you know what I'm saying, and I will find it. So, bottom line, modern CPS as we know it consolidates in the 1960s and is federally anchored in 1974. So, Psalm 83, they have consulted as a confederacy, okay, against your people. They're confederate against your people. So anything they're talking about federal, know that it's these niggas who are Tartarians, they are Atlanteans, they are Lumerians, Kumkumutu, they are Sumerians, okay? They are Hyperboreans, they are the, you know what I'm saying, the Maya, the Aztec, meaning the Aztec, you know what I'm saying? They are the Kituwa, they are the Lakota, they are the Seminoles, Shem, Sama. They be like, you're anti-Semitic. No, you're fucking stupid. We're the original Sem. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking playing with me. This is our lot. And you motherfuckers ain't supposed to be here. You're all under the curse of the Most High Yah because colonialism and bullshit. But keeping in mind, they brought the motherfuckers over here. They helped navigate and bring them over here. Okay? Baruch Yahuwah. And then the what they call the scramble for Africa was the scramble for here. The 7 nations. Look that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Baruch Yahuwah. Post-emancipation, apprenticeship and black codes, direct labor control, slavery connection, what is directly supported by history. Said if you're asking was child removal placement ever used as a labor control tool, says yes, there is strong historical documentation in 2 main lanes. Now, in the midst of all this is where you get the Trail of Tears. The Urban Renewal Land Act, or the Land Removal Act, Urban Renewal Act, and stuff like that. That's when they were taking over Kumkumutu, our pyramids, our sanctuaries, our houses, taking in possession the houses of God for themselves. Going back to the 90-degree pyramid, you think it just started like that? No, you have to have mound builders. Then you have to have the step pyramids, which is a mirror of, I think it's 90 steps on each side. And then you go to the top, and I think it says like 9 stairs or something. I gotta look that up again. And then you have the capstone, which represents the 90 degree. That's the capstone. You see what I'm saying? That language, that language. Give me a second. That language on the dollar bill is a seal that came from us, and a seal with the nations that they meddle with. Spain was brown. Portugal was brown. Romani was brown. Think of it like Joseph and his brothers. Joseph's brother didn't even realize what he looked like because he was in the midst of the Egyptians. You know why? Because that's what the fuck they were. Same thing. They say the same thing about this Jeebus. You know what I'm saying? They didn't recognize him. If he was white and pale, fuck that nigga right there. We could tell that's different. You know what I'm saying? So when they talk about the Messiah being born and stuff like that, that's not this. You gotta recognize the symbology and where that's coming from. That came from a lot of our own codices and stuff like that. The Messiah that was prayed for, that was intervened for, when our ancestors went through, that would be the generation of the anointed of the Most High Yah coming forth. Why you think all this bullshit going on? Yeah, they got CERN, yeah, they got HARP, they got DARPA, they got all this weather modification bullshit, they got all this transhumanism. Like, we can go as deep as y'all want it, you know what I'm saying? You can take it either way it goes, because it's like, I know what I'm supposed to know, and the fact that niggas try to take me out multiple times already, and these niggas told me, we're gonna take your soul, multiple times. They've tried to do that, and the fact that they haven't been able to do it, let me know, like, y'all loves me, bro. Y'all adores me and my family. That shit is one of the most worst feelings in the world, bro. I can't even I don't even Baruch Yahuwah, that's all I can say. So the seals, right? This right here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. This right here, this represents the Most High sitting above the earth, observing the inhabitants of the earth. Just like when they have the ayin within it. You know what I'm saying? The ayin, which means to see, right? But the Most High watching and sitting and observing the works of the inhabitants of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So that is a form of what we call, where is that? Ayin. Okay? This is also going into Lemuria calligraphy. Okay? So I'm gonna turn this on a little bit. Hold on. Okay. So I don't know if y'all can see it any better. Any comments before I go on any further? Any questions? If y'all still there, let me know. Baruch Yahuwah. So the symbol, what they call us, the mound. Help me do this right, yeah, because I'm gonna make sure I want to do this symbology the right way. The symbol of the mound builders, okay? Baruch Yahuwah, and you pay. Oops. Okay. Right. So if you check out the Kitawa Mound Builders, right? You got Blackfoot, you got Blackfoot, you got Black Hawk, you got Washita, Washita, yeah, so on and so forth. The symbol of the mound builders, right? Okay. Baruch Yahuwah. So, thank you, Mutu. Symbol of the mound builders, right? The ascension of the mound builders, right? Now, if we're gonna do it like this, Baruch Yahuwah, the Most High Hunabkuk, Kukum Kukan Yahuwah, sits in the Hashamayim and observes the inhabitants of the earth, the Haaretz, okay? The works of the mound builders, guiding us and bringing us into Hun, ascension, okay? Causing us to ascend. Alright? Now, Baruch Yahuwah, when it comes to prophets and prophesying and all this stuff, you know, all these people claiming to be prophets and shit like that, that they're fucking not prophets. Because if you look at what the Most High Yah says, he calls the prophets, or at least what it says in the Bible anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was like the prophets come out of his priestly order. And when you look at how Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Baruch Yahuwah, and Daniel, and so on and so forth, look at how they interceded for the people. Look what Yah instructed them to do to intercede for the people. He did not one time call them to sacrifice themselves and do some kind of human sacrificial ritual of blood and all that other shit. He gave them specific instructions on what to do. I think it was Ezekiel or Isaiah we talking about, he told him to lay on his side for a certain number of days, and it's supposed to represent, you know what I'm saying, the dealing with his people. And then the other one, he told him, he was saying, to walk around a certain way for a certain amount of time, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So there was certain things that was done that was to symbolize and interceding for his people and or a judgment call when it comes to his people. You see what I'm saying? But it was the priests who were also the shaman, who were also the kings and the Khan's advisor. You know what I'm saying? Advise them what to do. They were the king priests. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. These were the people who were the healers, the physicians. And when they started outlawing, you know, like they do today, we're just watching, it seemed like history repeat itself in a time where we could see the shit. He speaks, Yahuwah speaks out of the mouth of his people, out of the mouth of Mu. Okay? Yahuwah speaks out of the mouth of his own people. So all these other people from other strange nations talking about, oh, we prophets. No, the fuck you're not, bro. We are the oracles. We are the Taseti priests, the pyramid priesthood. You know what I'm saying? We are those of the fire clan. You know what I'm saying? The water clan, the jungle and earth clan. You know what I'm saying? Look at the from the Cherokee to the Lakota, to the Yana and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? We were in the jungles. Have you not seen the pyramids, Maya and Aztec pyramids? Clearly, many of them motherfuckers is in the motherfucking jungles. The tree dwellers, the mountain dwellers, the cliff dwellers. You know what I'm saying? Baruch Yahuwah. True proper Arabai, proper Arabs, make that shit make sense. You know what I'm saying? When that shit don't make sense. Maya. Get it? It's in the fucking name, bro. We were the first that was made last, and the last that is now made first. The literal symbology of the Ouroboros, you know what I'm saying, a new cycle and a continuation of the priesthood through Yahuwah's proper order. We are the new world order, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually the true ancient world order. Their definition in 1776 bullshit of the new world order is because they discovered, like they was like, oh shit, this is here. They found it. Then like that's why I call them the founding fathers, because they found it and we was already here. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfuckers that was weird and shit like that, go watch the Disney movie, The Road to El Dorado, right? When it talks about Cortez and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? From Cortez to Napoleon to all the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like all the so-called popes and stuff like that that's in the New Testament. Those who the fuck do you think those niggas is? Them ain't our motherfucking people, bro. Them niggas is the Vaticana. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is them niggas. Them niggas is fucking corrupted as fuck, bro. They ain't doing none of that weird shit. Baruch Yahuwah. Alright, so post-emancipation, apprenticeship, Baruch Yahuwah, and black codes, direct labor control. After slavery, many southern states used apprenticeship laws and vagrancy style enforcement to bind black children to white masters, sometimes including children whose parents were alive but deemed unfit. This functioned as coerced labor and social control. You know what I'm saying? In other words, psychological warfare. So this was a psyop. Example, Mississippi, November 22nd. Baruch Yahuwah, please intervene, Yah. November 22nd, 1885. Master and apprentice law empowered officials to identify black minors and bind them out. This is one of the clearest through line links between slavery and the later child welfare ideas: state power plus fitness and judgment, forced placement, and labor extraction. Okay, Baruch Yahuwah. So this was they merged this with the orphan trains and shit like that, because the reason why the silent generation, the orphans and stuff was around, because they motherfuckers was going on. Those motherfucking Cabbage Patch Kids. Shh, look at that shit up. Look that shit up. That shit go deep. That shit fucked up, but it go deep. 1980 federal foster care and adoption assistance structure is strengthened through Title IV-3. Bottom line, U.S. Foster care roots go back to the 1800s. Federal infrastructure accelerates in 1935 and expands in 1980. 1953, Children's Aid Society founded. NYC. I already read that one already. 1854, 1929, Orphan Train Movement. Relocates large numbers of poor children for placements, often framed as rescue, but criticized because oversight varied and children could be used as labor. A 1935 Social Security Act creates major federal support for children welfare or child welfare through grants and programs, including aid to dependent children. 1980 federal foster care. Okay, I read that already. So what you talking about? A lot of people like, oh, I need my SSI, my social. Like, bro, you don't even know what you're supporting. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what you've done to yourself in the process of that. You know what I'm saying? You literally made yourself a piece of property. You know what I'm saying? You gave up your freedom and your sovereignty to be a piece of property, and for them to do whatever. That's why they be trying to get people talking about social security fraud and shit like that. And you don't even know what the fuck you're signing up for, and that shit's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It really is. But, you know what I'm saying? When people ain't paying attention to shit like that, like, what do you really do? What can you really do? You know what I'm saying? Past a certain point. Like, people don't, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that you just really gotta really pay attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Long story short. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be SOL past a certain point. But if you don't know, then you don't know. You know what I'm saying? when the foster care system was created, U.S. and the key dates. 1853, Child Aid Society founded. 1854 to 1929, Orphan Trade Movement, all that shit, blah blah blah. National Center on Child Abuse and Neglect, blah blah blah. Who read that already? Child Abuse Prevention Treatment Act. Where were you at? Social Security Act. Battered Children Syndrome, 1962. Brings national attention to child abuse, expansion of child protective systems. 1997, Adoption and Safe Families Act. I remember that shit. Adoption Assistance and Child Welfare Act, 1980. Because I grew up in foster care, and then I was sold into an illegal adoption at 5 years old. Excuse me, I think I was 3 years old at that time. But being sold into an illegal adoption that the courts knew they weren't supposed to have these children. I watched them take the little white children out. You know what I'm saying? Social services came and got them motherfuckers, and they put 3 more brown skinned children in there. I watched that shit happen. And then becoming the worst case in history, let's say to Colorado, of child abuse. You know what I'm saying? Severe malnutrition, dehydration, pneumonia, and I was in a coma for a whole month. You know what I'm saying? I was raped, duct taped to high chairs, force fed, jalapenos, beat. You know, they had dog harnesses on and shit like that. They used to put out cigarettes and stuff on my head, on my body. I still got a cigarette burn mark on my belly. Handcuffed to poles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Stomped out. Like, this shit is real. Like, I got stories for eons. You know what I'm saying? For Rookie Hood. But, and the craziest thing is there was a sheriff literally living right across the street the whole fucking time. Yeah, but anyway. And the lady was a firehead, red-headed lady, and a Spanish man. Go fucking figure, right? You wanna guess their religion? You wanna guess their fucking religion? Rookie Hood. So, Rookie Hood. Yeah, I suggested the stuff that I suggested to go read and download and study and stuff like that because I do not feel like going over and reading all of that shit right now because that's an awful lot of reading. It's a whole fucking lot, man. It's a whole fucking lot. But, if you want to learn some more stuff, you know what I'm saying, I would say definitely hit us up. Go definitely hit up that playlist, those playlists I was talking about, and you can learn, you know what I'm saying, some of the old stuff that I was doing. I had the ones Mary was Mary as white as snow, because that goes into genetics and stuff like that. E1B1A, E1B1, the Eve gene, vitiligo, and albinism, haplogroups and subhaplogroups, so on and so forth. Even into like vampirism, where it exposes much of the medical industry, why they have organ donating and you know, these blood and plasma things, because they actually they use those as medications in ways to feed those types of people. And one reason why you don't see billions of albinos or thousands of them, like there really is thousands of them motherfuckers, is because, you know, they're not above the surface. They are in the domes, which are connected to our ancient highways underground. And they've been expanding them over the years, the tunnel systems and stuff like that. Which is why they have done, basically we can show you how to identify that shit, or put it like that. So, just knowing how to identify these things is crucial. Fuck off. To our development and growth, and our children's development and growth as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if we know the truth, our children must know the truth. Don't have them watching a bunch of demonic shit out nowadays and not knowing what the fuck they looking at or listening to, because everything ain't true. Sometimes people can say a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, if you haven't been doing your research already and heavily like doing it, my suggestion is you research everything that you research with other things and compare and contrast, and then you keep doing that like repeatedly, recyclically, you know what I'm saying, until you know that like, yeah, I got like solid, credible evidences. Because in the court of law, you can't condemn somebody this, that, and third, or make a proper judgment without proper amounts of evidence. You know what I'm saying? Clear evidence to build a case from. You know what I'm saying? And that's proper judgment. That's proper justice and judgment. You can't just make a whole bunch of thinking. You can't just make a bunch of assumptions, you know what I'm saying, and opinions, and then just choose, oh, I'm going to do this because this is how I feel about this person. I don't like this, but like, that's not how you do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like these motherfuckers, period. However, because I asked y'all, why do they even exist anymore? Like, what the fuck is the point of their existence? But I was like, nevertheless, you who is greater, so just show us how to deal with these motherfuckers. Because it's not an obligation to follow after a system that is tyrannical. And it's not even teaching you to walk in the way of the Most High. Train up a child in the way that they should go, so that when as they grow older, you know what I'm saying, they won't turn away from it. But if you're teaching them to hate the Most High, to hate their heritage and calling it an abomination, hating themselves and dressing like whores, not dressing like whores and male and female whores, you know what I'm saying, and doing all this other shit to gang bang on each other and shit like that, like, how they gonna be a tribal healer? How they gonna be a tribal warrior? You know what I'm saying? How they gonna know how to protect they sisters, they brothers, you know what I'm saying? They mama, they daddy if necessary, you know what I'm saying? How they daddy gonna know how to protect their mama if they out there doing all this dumb shit that don't make no fucking sense, you know what I'm saying? And then people out there posting it like, oh yeah, look at these niggas fighting, these niggas. Like, how the fuck can you get off on that and you see that as entertainment? That's dumb as hell. Like, real Yahuwah, that's stupid, you know what I'm saying? And getting past that is how people are going to be able to tribe up. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to be online and talking about stuff and just making videos. That's not enough. These niggas are putting shit together every day to find ways to destroy us. And actually implementing that. These niggas do simulations and train for that shit. For months, for years, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, it's never to push violence. It's what you call a protection order. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to protect yourselves. Learn how to protect each other. That's what we weren't taught this stuff and learning this stuff for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can't be pacifists. Everybody ain't a pacifist. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a warrior of the Most High and be a pacifist. It just doesn't work like that. They had dumbed people down and desensitized people so much where they're quick at the mouth, but when it comes to actual work, they not there. They might root you on, and we could use some cheerleaders, encouragement, but we need y'all motherfuckers in the field too. You know what I'm saying? You could start with identifying stuff in your neighborhood. What ain't right? You know what I'm saying? Study, research. This is what they fear so much. So do it. You know what I'm saying? Do exactly what they fear. You know what I'm saying? Without that mindset of being violent and shit like that. Like, you should only protect yourself if you gotta protect yourself. And we're living in a time where you gotta protect yourself. Because nobody should be all up in your business knowing everything about you. Got this whole background on you. This and that. We've been watching you. Nigga, can we watch you? Can I know about your family? What your mama like? You know what I'm saying? Where your daddy at? You know what I'm saying? Like who's your auntie? Who your grandma? You know what I'm saying? What's her name? Where she live at? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we know that shit, but y'all niggas can know all of that shit and catalog and record and archive and that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, online. Yeah, listen to what they say. Okay. Like, if you've ever had your shit hacked or tapped, you know what I'm talking about. Like, at least say hi. Hi, we're tapping your shit, just letting you know you're being watched and listened to. Then I'll be like, okay, cool. Since you're there, listening on the chat, you can like, subscribe, and share it too. Leave a comment. Don't just be a creeper and be like, okay. We know about the fucking Stingray. We know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We know about the surveillance states. We know about that shit. We know about the smart cities and these smart visa tracking metric bullshit. We know about that shit. We already know. We know that social media was created as a platform for this, for monitoring. We know it's a military instrument. We done seen Snowden files. You know what I'm saying? We done seen a lot of shit. We done heard y'all motherfuckers tell this shit. How is this the biggest secret in the world? And it's like, secret this, but y'all motherfuckers say this shit all the time in front of our fucking face. You don't think we was gonna find out? You don't think we was gonna find out? Y'all motherfuckers been saying that shit in front of our face. In plain sight. Oh shit, they found out. Duh, you stupid motherfucker. Baruch Yahuwah, you was saying this shit in front of our face. In plain sight. You don't think Yahuwah was real, but how do you explain that shit? You know what I mean? Now, we could say it's in the cards, of the card game, right? Steve Jobs, or Jackson, whatever the fuck the guy's name is. You know what I'm saying? You know, how did they know this was gonna happen this many years beforehand? Well, if you know what they're working from and who the people are and what system it is, you start to learn some stuff. You start to see some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just who we are. Praise be to Yah. Baruch Yahuwah. But if you want to come from this live, go ahead and hop on the YouTube live, which is active right now and going. And if you want to learn some more stuff, it's skedaddle on over there. Because there's more things that will be given, and I want to talk about Divak. Baruch Yahuwah. Before I talk about Divak specifically, with no lie, Diva, if I even have, I think I have it on here. Maybe sipping on that Diva water, Baruch Yahuwah. Divak water. I need to watch Aladdin again. So if there's no more comments, I don't know what happened, if the live is still going. I see a couple comments. Appreciate you, Day Roberts. Like I said, if you want to join this live, I can send you a link, this and the third. Like, subscribe, share. We got a lot to do, a lot to go, but I'm about to get the fuck off of this phone. Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom, family. Feathers up was puffing my